Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Shadowhand. Let's continue. So we are now into chapter 13. It really seemed like chapter 12 was going to do something as far as revealing the story. But apparently the story as it has gone is that Maria pretended and staged an escape after they were attacked. Their coachman was attacked by this guy for really no reason, just random attack. And Maria needed to escape because the governess, who we haven't even seen yet, was threatening to expose letters that were sent to Maria that had like lascivious writing in it, or just incriminating writing, but not writing that Maria specifically wrote, so she was perfectly innocent in this. And yet was setting up the governess, who we haven't even seen yet until this chapter 13, is going to be one of the major bad guys, which pretty much means we were introduced to this boss for no reason, this boss, and this boss kind of maybe will be our allies. Whereas the rest of these people are probably just like unimportant, never going to even show up again. This guy seems like he might be a romantic lead for the main character. These two not really playing a role. And when you look past chapter 13, it kind of seems like there's a high chance that the magistrate is only really the character that really matters in the story. And the story is basically what I just said. For 13 chapters is that there's barely a narrative here. Honestly, I feel like Regency Solitaire had more of a narrative to it, and that literally was a story, from what I vaguely recall, of just a lady trying to find a husband. So Croker here is apparently the bad governess, old lady that would be, I guess, in charge of the house. The equivalent, a female equivalent of a butler, I assume, considering how Lady Cornelia, despite looking old enough, has not actually, for their society in that time, come into full control and full adulthood of her own life in the Darkmoor estate. Miss Croker, I see you're about your research in the library. I have little else of value to fill my days. I have lingered in these halls long after you completed your education and surpassed my own accomplishments. So yeah, she would have been in charge of raising her. So, and I guess at a certain point there is a level of loyalty that needs to happen in this kind of society, because it would be very unfair to have someone work for you for 10, 20, 30 years possibly, and then be too old to get another job somewhere else, and then just kick them out in the street. So they did tend to try and keep the servants around, I think, until they died, and the life expectancy of a servant probably wasn't too long. Anyways, indeed, I wish I could be charitable and believe that boredom alone drives you to tormenting Mariah. Sadly, I imagine that you have other motives. You're a fine lady indeed, Cornelia, but one who is poisoned by poor company. Mark my words, your association with that harlot will tarnish your reputation and your chances of marriage and happiness. See, now what would be funny is if it turns out Mariah really is the bad guy in this story, and she has sold a false narrative to Lady Cornelia. Mariah should have never been promoted to stay here with her black heart dangling after gentlemen she cannot have. I see we are truly at daggers now, Miss Croker. Absolutely forbid you to speak so unkindly of Mariah. I take it you wish to find another employer forthwith. Do not underestimate me, my dear Lady Cornelia. I have found your darling Mariah's filthy letters and hid them. If you want me to keep them buried, you will banish Mariah, and we shall never speak of this again. I will stay, of course. I can't read that word. Cosseted in my old age. Cosseted, maybe? Cozy? Maybe that's a past tense form of cozy. Cosseted in my old age by you, my beloved former pupil. So yeah, she is basically blackmailing Cornelia for something that frankly she probably would deserve, even though she is a jerk. Yeah, not much in the way of pension or retirement funds in the old days. Heck, not much in the mention of pension and retirement funds even today. Think about it, my lady. The choice is clear. My place is by your side, always at Darkmoor Hall. More threats. She knows I won't allow her to stay here once I am 21 and take over running Darkmoor Hall myself. Yeah, she, with that big puffy hair and the lipstick and makeup and everything, she really looks a lot older than 21. I would put this character as animated closer to 35 if I was just to pick a random age. Like, particularly when you get older and you start looking at what 21-year-olds actually look like, they tend to look a lot like 15, 16-year-olds in a lot of ways. They look a lot younger than you would expect. Of course, if you're under 21 now, you probably think 21-year-olds look very much older than they do. It's a lot of it's perspective. Let's see if I can find those letters my twisted governess has hidden. So I guess the goal now is to find 7 letters, collect 20 stars, which... Ooh. This is setting up the idea that if there are 8 subchapters at 3 stars per subchapter, that's 24. If this chapter wants us to collect 20, who's to say next one doesn't want us to get 21, next one doesn't want us to get 22, the next one 23, 24. I suspect it's probably closer to a case where the next chapter won't require us to get any stars, but then the next chapter after that will require us to get 22. And then we're going to loot 1,400 gold, which that is a decent amount of gold too. Like, this is really nothing to laugh at. Now look here. Let's make note that these are not charged, because there's a decent chance we're going to start over, and we need to, and when we start over, we're going to find that all of these are charged. 4, 5, 4. And we're back to the just general mumbling background, creaking and croaking background audio, which, yeah, I can't really appreciate that. It's weird and off-putting. 0, 9. 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we'll probably win on this one, which you kind of need that first one to be a victory. Like, there really is no good argument towards struggling in the first 3 chapters. They should just be warm-up experiences, I would think. Alright. We could still fail here. We have like 12 options and a decent amount of cards. And I guess Now that I see the card, the note is here, there is an argument towards focusing on this pile and then maybe getting no stars, but you can't really get no stars either because that would completely wreck the run. Could maybe have 2 cards left. Now would be a terrible time to reshuffle. 2, 3 clears off 2 cards. 2, 3, 4, 3. Found that one of Mariah's letters racy stuff indeed. They're not going to actually tell you what's in it. Okay. 6, probably not going to charge this. Let's ask this question. This charge doesn't go up unless you make a match, right? So, we just need a 5 or a 7. There. And then worst case scenario, I'll play this spare card. Don't even have to do that. Yeah. And it would be far too complicated a story to say that Mariah's racy letters are actually encoded messages and she is actually sending some secret conveyance even in the private letters. Yeah, that probably would be a great technology as far as, or a trick as far as spycraft, to write very, very detailed and graphic sexually oriented letters and pass them back and forth. That way, even if somebody did read them, they would either be embarrassed or just so enthralled by the sexual content that they wouldn't realize that encoded in the letters was actually something something of more interest. Of course, you might go the other way and then just write a bunch of user manuals for washing and drying machines or something that is just incredibly boring and nobody would bother to read, and encode messages inside of that. You're even less likely to read that. Okay, so starting this game, we have a shuffle and we have the charging stallion. So 6 and do we shuffle now? I mean, we kind of have as much cards as possible already exposed, so shuffle probably wouldn't hurt. But we need to play diamonds and face masks, and we may have just made that more difficult on ourselves. Let's see, 5, and then we could do 4 or 6. 6 gets a diamond, which is probably better, and it reveals a card, which is probably better. And then 1, and then play another diamond for 0, and then 1, and then do this 0, 2, doesn't do anything, 5 can get us this 4, which can then get us this 5, and this 4, this 3, 2, 5, 2, 9, 8, 9. Then I guess we'll play on this 8 again. I mean, if I was to play on this 0, I could do this 1. That was 0, 1. That's actually better. Yeah, unfortunately, we may very much struggle to get the suit lock unlocked. 6 doesn't do anything. We need a 9 or 7. Guess you take that. It's probably as good as anything else. Or take that spare card. 32. Let's hammer this. 1. We're in a pretty bad situation now, and 7 more options to pull ourselves out of that situation. 3, 4, 3. 0. Could play a joker on this, but I think we're gonna just lose anyways. Alright, so nothing is charged right now. So when we hit this and get no stars and then reset, then theoretically all this should be at the same charge, but it isn't. It auto fills, which means every time I've failed, I've been given just a significant advantage and bit of help to make it so I wouldn't fail the second time. And even at that, there have been plenty of occasions where I still end up failing. Let's see. 9, 4, 9, 3. Should I shuffle now? I mean, I have like only 13 options. I'm just gonna restart the hand again. I should just use these abilities as quickly as possible. This doesn't even feel like that long of a deal. It doesn't seem like there's that many cards in your stockpile. It doesn't seem like there's that many cards on the ground or on the table. 9, 0. We could go back to 9, or we could go to 1, 9, 8. And then 9, 0. And then 9 or 1. Kinda doesn't matter. So we'll take the 1 since it's that kind of card. Then you immediately shuffle. 1, 0. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll hit that. 2. And do we hit this? I think you do. 5, 4. Probably worth it to spin that spare card just to do that. 0, 9, 0, 1, 6, 7. 6 can't do anything. 4 can't do anything. 3 can't do anything. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Yep. 8, 7, 6. And we might as well take one of these 5s. Doesn't really even matter which one. 7, 8. We have 12 chances to get rid of these, or I could use a spare card. I think we can kind of risk it. 7, 2, 0. 9, 8, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, so we need now just a 1 or a 3 twice. 1 gets that. 3 more options. Otherwise, we play the Joker and we just move forward. Yeah. In every subchapter, we're getting some amount of gold. It's, I guess, about 100. And then it's getting multiplied to get us a little bit higher. It'd be very weird if we didn't manage to get all the gold by the time we're at the 8th subchapter. But once again, we're having a very weird experience here. If anything, this has been designed a little bit better than the previous chapters, because at least now we have basically been told each of these solitaire games, each of these deals, is around the action of finding a letter. So we are finding one letter for each of the subchapters. And we'll do that for 3 or 4 times with no dialogue or anything moving forward. Which definitely feels like somebody could have fairly easily written something. I think you could be fairly comedic about having something that would be considered scandalous, or feel like it would be something that would be considered scandalous in the old days and would be completely innocuous today. Like, if you, after beating one chapter, it opened up the letter and said, your pale wrists are have increased my fondness of you ever so much. Just like nobody in the modern time is going to say, oh, you looking at a woman's pale wrists is something that would be completely inappropriate to write. And even in the past, it probably wouldn't be inappropriate. But you could go that comedic route and write something like that for each one. It would just have to be one sentence, and it would be a nice little reward for doing each puzzle. Any sentence, just anything that even tried after each deal would be appreciated. Of course, for the hardcore solitaire people, that would get in the way of their enjoyment of the game, but in all fairness, a hardcore solitaire person probably isn't going to opt to play this game anyways. So that really probably shouldn't be a consideration. See, 9, 8, 7. Let's take this 9 and open some more cards up. 8, 8. And we could shuffle now, and might not be a bad time to do it. 7, 6, 5, 4. Do we play this 4 now? Or this 4? 4, 3. I guess it doesn't matter because you're going to go back to this 4 and this 3 anyways. You could play a 2, which could get a 1 and a 0. Probably worth doing that. 0, 1, 0, 9, 8. Oops. I could have played that. Also, I didn't really need to use that undo. 8. 8 does nothing. 4, 4, 3, 4, I guess. Finally unlocks that. It definitely feels like the chance of success here is incredibly low. 7, 8, 9. 3 unlocks and uncovers both of the keys. That is quite tricky. Let's see, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9, 1. 5, 6, 5, 6. I'm just gonna get rid of cards and hope that's the right move. 5, 6, 7, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 6, 7, 6. Get rid of this 5. I think you probably are better off doing that than getting this 7. 2. There. Okay, and we have 2 more options to clear this. Actually, we don't even need 2 options. We got lucky. More and more, it is feeling like maybe putting more points into luckiness would help more than putting points into getting the exact cards you need. But honestly, I think none of the abilities actually help as much as you would like on very hard mode. Unless there's just some way to grind it up and get to level 40 where we're at close to level 20 right now. Let's see, is there even a way to... Is there even a way to do anything else here? Nope, you can't even really see your stats. We're gonna get a snuff bomb, which, okay, that's nice. That does also imply to us we're approaching a duel, which we need a duel, because this has been about the third, well, it's about the 4th standard solitaire game in a row, and that gets fairly boring. They are right on the nose about that. Like, it is clearly a unentertaining experience if you were just playing solitaire and nothing else, for at least people like me. Maybe not so much for solitaire fanatics who want nothing more than to just play solitaire. Maybe they find all the extra elements around this very annoying. Okay. 8. And then 7, 6, I guess. 1, 6, 9, 5, 0, 9, 2, 3, 9, 0, 1. We did I guess, focus in the right direction because we got the leather. But I don't think you can afford to just end up with no stars, so you still have to mostly clear off the field. I could play this and it could be 7, 8, 9. Should I play it though? There's just enough cards to justify that, I think. And then we'll get rid of that card. 6, 7. 9 or 1, 2. I think you go 1, 2. I could play this to get to that 9. Or I could play this. I think you wait a turn though. Because, let's see. Get rid of that. Then you play this. That did not help. 0, 0, 4. And we have a decent chance. 5 chances to get either a 9 or a 7. Yep. Not really getting a lot of combos though, but seems like we probably will make enough money. Yeah. I feel like we'll probably get a large amount of gold through a loot in a duel. Alright, at this point though, I have to say this is getting ridiculous. 5 subchapters of just the standard setup. Yeah, we're at level 12, so if there was some way to grind and increase your finesse up from 18 to maybe 50 or 100% chance, like, I don't know how you really would do that. 100% chance to get better stock cards also may not really be where we need to go. I think I will put 1 point in the finesse and then 1 point into the idea of more jokers and guile, and then like this is at 10 but not a natural 10. This is at 9 naturally. This is at a non-natural 16. Yeah. Yeah. I think we will just put a whole bunch into guile going forward, but I don't think we're going to level up that often either. Alright. 5, 6. So do we go back to 5 and 4? 5, 4. Is there anything else we can play? No. 0, 9, 0, 1. 0, 1. 2, 3. Another joker. If I go 4, that uncovers probably nothing. If I do 4 here, it uncovers probably nothing. I think we probably do this. But no, actually we do this because then that opens that. And leaves us open for this. Okay. Now, 4, 3, 4, 3. Okay. And if I was to smash something, that really wouldn't help anything, so we'll just end the turn there. 4 can't do anything. 2 can do 1. And then we go 2. Or we can go 0. So 0, 9, 8, 9. 3, 2, 1, 2. 1, 7, 6, 2, 1. See. I guess you play this because that would uncover 2 cards. Which honestly, that probably... Nope, did not clear this card. I thought this tip would have been close enough to that. But it wasn't. Interesting. Yeah, there definitely some uncertainty around all of that that confuses whether or not your ability is going to be as helpful as you'd want it to be. 7, 8, then 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 is probably the right move, but I think we can actually do this and be fairly safe, because then we can go 7 here and then 9, 8 or 0, take this 8, 3 gets rid of this 4, 5 gets rid of this 6, 9 gets rid of this 0, and so we have the letter. Worst case scenario, we'd have 2 left, but we have like 8 options now to get a 7 or a 9. Yep. Yeah, so everything feels like it's working. We're not getting massive combos though. But it does seem like we'll have enough gold. It does seem like we'll have enough stars. And there's 2 more letters. So the entirety of this chapter is just going to be finding the letters. That is way too much. There needed to be a fight to build up to this. Unless we are just collecting a whole bunch of items when you really can only have 3 items anyways for a duel. Because this is going to be the fight of our life. And I have a hard time believing that because we kind of have some defense upgrades in our equipment, and we have a lot of items, and I suspect this won't be that difficult of a fight. Let's see. So you play this 7, 8, 9, 0, 9. Play anything now? No, I think we'll leave it. Can we play anything now? 8? No. So 8, 9 or 8, 7. I guess we go with 7. So it opens that up. 0, 9. There. 7, 5, 4, 3. 9. And see, I guess I could play this right now and burn these 2 cards. And that probably is your best bet. 0, then 1, then 2. This is quite the layout of cards. It's making it way more complicated to pull off than I would expect. This must be what a key is, because that one didn't move. So I'm going to use a spare card to do that, and I don't think I can do anything more. Yep. That was there. 2, 1, 2, 5, 4, 8, 9 0 9 0 9 8 or 1 2. I think we do 8 because that reveals something new. Although 1 2 would have done more. That was actually a mistake. 5 gets rid of a 6. 3 7 6 8 8 and no card. No letter in this one. Interesting. Which, honestly, not finding a letter and having a duel around the 4th subchapter would have made a lot more sense. And since we're in the library, we're assuming that all the letters are hidden like in books in the library or something in the library. Let's see. But I imagine the story won't ever actually say where the letters are hidden. 9 gets rid of that 8. Or it could have gotten rid of that 0. 1 can get rid of the 0. 0. 9 can get rid of the 0. And that then unlocks this and this. And then we can start playing more. Okay, do we have any cards that we could probably hammer? That didn't even hit that one. That's weird. I would have sworn it would have hit both of those. 5 6 5 4 5 4 5 6 5 6 7 8 9 0 1 2 3 4 3 4 3 2. Wow, we're getting quite the combo, which usually we don't end up with that. 2 3 2. I feel like I've been ignoring this 5 on accident. Shuffle? We still got plenty of cards, so shuffle wouldn't hurt. 5 6 7 6. Okay, I think that sets us up nicely. Decent chance we'll get this, and decent chance we'll get rid of the rest of these cards. 8 5 6 8 7 8 1 0 9. So 7 chances to get either a 6 or an 8. I think we can get that. Plus a decent score multiplier, because we got that really high combo. So we have all the stars we would need. But of course you still have to... Well, maybe we don't. Maybe there's just not going to be a boss fight at all. This says there's one more letter to go. And there's 21 gold to go. This may be just a very awkward falling action final subchapter. Wow. It is. There's no duel in this subchapter at all. Which that just seems completely wrong. And we had just gotten a new weapon. So that seems really ridiculous that we wouldn't be able to use that new weapon and try it out in some kind of duel. And storyline wise, it would totally make sense that you would fight the governess at some level. Or maybe fight something else, like, I don't know, a robber breaking in or a security guard at Darkmoor State. It doesn't make the most of sense. It would make a lot more sense if Shadowhand had broken in here as Shadowhand instead of as Lady Cornelia, and then she could fight her own guards and fight the governess. In fact, that would have made more sense in the first place, as if Shadowhand entered and said, "I've come for the letters. I'll make much better blackmail than you ever will. Hand them over or forfeit your life." Something like that. Scare the governess into handing over the letters that way. C5. Can do the 6. Oops. Which could have brought me back to that 5. 1, 2, 1, 3, 8. Let's see. Well, since we have this, guess you play this one so it unlocks that one first. And then I feel like it's kind of silly, but we'll take that one next. 0, 9 here. Probably should have been that one. 1, 2. 2 does nothing. 4, 5, 4, 3, 1, 0, 9, 8, 9, 8, 7. Do we go 7, 6 or 7, 8? 7, 8. Let's see. 6, 4, 3, 2, 3. There was all of our gold. We really didn't need to be interrupted in the middle of the game to be told that we got all the gold. 3, 4, 8, 9, 4, 2. Yeah, we're running out of options here. Running out of cards. 5. Okay. 5, 4. 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Maybe it's time to shuffle. Maybe not really necessary. I guess it doesn't really matter since we are in the final subchapter anyways. I'm just going to go ahead and play this for now. And then play this 0 now. And in the turn, 8 gets that 7. 4 gets that 5. 8 does nothing here. 1 gets that. And yeah, I suppose we wouldn't get the card, the letter, if we didn't use the Joker, so we have to use the Joker. Otherwise, I would just say, hey, get 2 stars It's not like we're likely at this point to actually try and grind and get all 3 stars in every chapter. I have all the letters. Now Miss Croker has no hold over Mariah and can't blackmail me either. My birthday is just a few days away, then I can finally control my own house and fortune. Now time to dress as Shadowhand and set out for Avalon, to the Whispering Willow Inn. Yeah, I can't even tell you why she's going out to Avalon to the Whispering Willow Inn. I don't even remember on the story. Well met, dear friend. I have an exquisite stiletto to show you and a special ability. We may be short on gold, and it does seem like they probably very specifically wanted you to have that extra gold. C. I don't think I have any C weapons equipped, so throwing knife damage. We don't even have throwing knives as an item, though. We also got clarity. 2 cards fewer needed to start a combo, last for the duration of the fight. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if we should use the clarity consumable now or later. What's this new ability? Turn targeted playable card into loot. The charge on a card like this is so expensive, though. Oh, okay, good. So then we know that there are maxed out numbers. So yeah, we will just have to max out the rest of them. 20% is your highest chance, or 22% if you can get a little bit higher. So if we could get 5 more levels, then we could get 10 more points for one of these, but we would probably need something closer to, like, I'm thinking 20 or 30 more levels to max out everything, and I'm not sure you really need to max out everything. Getting more Joker cards at a certain point may not be that useful if we are going to and see, at max it just doubles gold under cards at a 22% chance. Yep. Guile or active abilities charging faster. Willpower. Yeah, I don't know if I should put more points in the Guile, actually. Maybe we should just go into willpower and charge up, because if we had willpower and things would charge up more, then this stops being as big of an issue. Because right now 68 charge is just really high. Although we have a 58 right now and it's not working greatly. Let's come back this way. He said he had a stiletto, which would be this. Stab for 77 base damage and 45% chance to pierce defense. Play a 0 card. Play a 0 card to prime with poison. Alright, that is crazy. I want to try this stiletto. It may not really be the right move. Otherwise you have like a French pistol, which I think we are just going to end up buying weapons in bulk at some point, but stealth, effective. See, these shoes actually do something where these shoes don't do anything. And then this would grog bombs and throwing knife damage. Where this does C damage, but both of these are melee weapons. So we would need something that would do melee weapon damage. Piercing chance by 10. Do I want to spend 500 on that? No. I don't think I do. Grog bombs plus 5. Yeah. There's a lot of grog bombs available. Which, yeah. Just buy the ability and we'll test it out. And then we're too short on this to buy this item. And yeah, we are still really short on gold as far as buying the remaining of these weapons. As if you would really need them. Well, that was less than an hour. Quite shocking, actually. I was not expecting, after a very normal chapter 12 as far as how many duels and battles you did, the last 3 sub-chapters in chapter 12 were duels, which, sure, that might have explained doing 6 or 7 in a row for chapter 13, but to do all 8 and not have to do a duel at all, that only really makes sense if you wanted to make a chapter somewhere near the middle of the game for people who were just really bad at duels, which almost implies that when we get to Avalon March, we may be doing nothing but duels, just as a counterpoint to chapter 13. And the only thing I could assume is that the Shadowhand story is going to probably go in different directions and reveal a few more twists, whereas the Lady Cornelia coming into control of the Darkmoor estate is going to almost not move forward until like chapter 19 or so, and at that point it's going to be revealed that Darkmoor estate is heavily indebted or something like that, and she's going to have to directly fight the magistrate. Yep. Well, there really is no reason to drag it out. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.